Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In the last few days we've been able to open a couple of new maps, which is fantastic, but today I'm going to play an original round of GeoGuessr using the world. Let's start the game and see how we do. Outside this lovely church, kind of orthodox looking, looks pretty rural. I would say European to start. Rua Joaquin something Miguel. Joaquin Miguel. Oh wow, look at these fantastic hills. Okay. Not sure where we are. Could be European, could be sort of Central American. A couple of street signs there. I think what we'll try and do is work our way out of the town and to a main road where we can triangulate, hopefully, our position. Sao Paulo? I'm not sure if that's Brazil. The Sao Paulo, if you see what I mean. What does this sign say here? Something.com.Brazil. Brilliant, okay. So that's confirmed what country we're in. Now, it definitely looks rural. This does not look like we're in Sao Paulo, but we might be close. Certainly is very beautiful. And we've quickly hit some red road. Now, I'm not sure how promising this is. Recanto Pedacera. Some brick road now, interesting. I'm not sure if this way we will get across any kind of signage for, let's say, big cities or even road numbers. I'll give it a few more turns and otherwise go back to the start. Just around the corners, hey? Look at these fantastic hills. Okay, I'm going to go back to the beginning and try to triangulate ourselves in another direction, maybe. Let's go this way. Can we go this way? So there was a sign that said Sao Paulo earlier. Let's use that if we go no further. I'm going to put a pin down. The map's loaded, which is good. So look, perhaps we're in the sort of foothills around the city. That's my guess at the moment. Let's say we're here. Image quality here is no good, so let's go back. We've got a minute to go. I'll try and find another clue or two. Can we go up here? No. We might have exhausted all our options. We can try this way. Love these old beetles they have in the streets. Haven't been able to see a town centre yet. Perhaps the church was all we had to go with. And we're back behind there. I'm just going to have one last look at the church. See if there's anything we can see. I'm afraid it doesn't look like it. So we're going to have to go for the guess in the hills. Of course, I've reset the clock reset the position here, so I have to redo the pin. We said here earlier, so perhaps, you know, Suru. I'm going to say we're at this church here, although that's a total guess. And we were further away, 300 k's to be pretty exact, but still in the right region, closer actually to Rio. Let's have a look at the town. We were in Bocaina de Minas Cartório de Registro. I think. Yes, that's the name of the church, at least. Anyway, fantastic. Close there with the logic. On to the next round. Hard to see the shadows here. We just passed something. 90. Hard to know as well what side of the road we're on. I guess we're driving on the right. I guess. What does this say? Yongernau Australian Recreation Centre. Pardon me. Let's see what we can see up here. Town Centre. Eldridge Street. Malleefowl. Museum. Community Resource Centre. Right, okay. So, Jerramungup. 41 clicks. So we're in Australia. I'm not sure where we are. Jerramungup is worth remembering. And Eldridge Street, Malleefowl. We could open the map in a second. Ongerup General Store. Now, the question is here: where are we? Are we in Western Australia? Victoria. This to me looks like Western Australia. Let's get in there and have a look. There's all sorts of towns up here. Ongerup. Yes. Was that the name of that general store? We could get this here. Time to burn. Ongerup General Store. Okay. Now. And we're on Eldridge. Yes. Eldridge Street. The general store will be one of these buildings. So we made this right turn. Let me just sort of mentally clock where we are in Australia and go back to the start. So I think we were coming down this Gunongwangerup Jerramungup Road and we made a right onto Eldridge Street. That's my thinking. So where were we, around the bend? Let's go back to the start and then get in there straight away again. Oh no, don't tell me I've lost it. It was just northeast of Albany. There we go. That was where we are. So let's have a look. Now we're going east-west. Slight bearing to the right. And then we come across the bend on the left. So I think we were just here, just around this corner. pretty confident with that, so let's see how we do. Fantastic. Little further around the corner, in fact, but still 91.6 meters, 5,000 points. Very happy with that. Okay, similar. We're driving on the right here. Ristorante. Cafe de Marina. Okay. Not sure about this yet. Looks Mexican, maybe? To me? What does this sign say? Oh, we just missed it. Pont sobre Rio Curimata. Okay, so that's the name of the town we're in. I have a feeling we're in Mexico, but I don't know why. Pont sobre. Pont sobre. Maybe one of these signs can yield another clue. Francisco Macedo. Lots of signs here. Unfortunately, they're not. Bienvenido a Padre Marcos. 12k. So we're 12k from Padre Marcos. Here we go. This sign should help. Again, I feel like we're in Mexico, but I'm not sure. Fronterias. Let's see if we can see it. Can we see it? Can we see any of these? Terracina? Allegretti? No. I can't see them yet. 2 minutes to go. But this is probably the best sign we'll get because it looks otherwise, you know, pretty rural. Guadalajara. Terracina. Here we are at Mexico City. Are we in the Yucatan? Up here, maybe. Doesn't feel like it. Feels more hilly. Feels more sort of hilly and arid. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything, which is a little worrying. So perhaps we're not in Mexico. Terracina, 400k away. That's a long way. That's a big city to put on the map, on the sign. Are we down in Chile? Terracina. Huge country, Chile. Don't know, 15 seconds to go. I'm going to go back to Mexico, although I'm less certain now than before. and put a pin up here in the sort of arid region, but not very confident with this one. We'll have to see. No, miles away. Couldn't have been further from the truth. First of all, we were in Brazil, so everything was in Portuguese, didn't recognize that, and obviously we weren't even looking there, so we weren't ever going to get close. Teresina is here, so it was a big town on the map a long way away. It should have cottoned onto that earlier, and perhaps then we could have worked our way back to Picos, that was also on the map, and well, let's see where we were. We were entering this town here. Churrascaria Galvao is the name of a restaurant. Oh, I see now. Anyway, okay, well, look, not so good that round, unfortunately. Let's move on and see if we can resurrect it. Another Spanish or Portuguese-speaking region. Lamim, Rio Espera, Bras Pires. That Bras makes me sort of think of Brazil again. And Uba. U-B-A. Belo Horizonte. Now, we've seen that before. Bearing right. And there it is. So can we see anything else? That could be, 400k away, so it doesn't narrow it down too much. Catas Altas. Uber is there. Let's go back to this one. The signs on the other side of the street. I've seen those. We'll come to them in a second. So we can go left, and left takes us to Uba, Bras Pires. Where is that? So we're heading west here. We're heading west. And bearing north takes us to Uba. So, we're coming in from over here somewhere. And bearing, well, sort of northwest takes us to Belo. So, we're somewhere in here. Okay, let's try across the street to see what we can do. Obviously a pretty main road this is. We're by some big intersection. Catas Alta. There we go. Here. Piraga. Where are we? Catas Altas behind us now. So we can turn around there. So perhaps we're sort of here, somewhere where we can turn around to Catas or carry on to Uber. Let's see if what's up. I feel like we're on an intersection. Maybe we're here, and we can bear right to go to Catas, and then on to Belo, and we can bear left and go down to Uba, this way. Let's see if there's any other, we could do with the road number, if I'm honest. We really could. No overtaking, what's this? Posto Costa. Oh, just lost my pen. I'm not sure that's the name of a town. Haven't been able to find the road number. That could set us back a bit. But we are on a main road, so we'll just have to put a pin down there based on our understanding and our orientation. We're now heading west. Okay, back to the start. So Uba is ahead and to the left, and we're heading west. So we're going east-west. Or we can, and so are these other towns, Rio Espera, Braspiras, or we can go right up to Belo, and so on. So I'm going to put us somewhere here, maybe close to Vicosa. Not sure on this one, but unfortunately we didn't get the road number. We'll have to see. Oh, and we were close. We were on the right road. So I feel pretty good there. 75k in the whole of Brazil is not bad. So I put us coming into this town, Catas Altas, but instead we were sort of coming into this town, I guess. Brilliant stuff. Let's see if we can do well in the final round. Lovely colourful homes here. Not sure on the face of it where we are to start. Coming up to an intersection. That's good. What do we have here? A bus stop, pedestrian crossing sign. Quite rural. This looks sort of Eastern European, maybe Russian. Another pedestrian crossing sign. Do we have any kind of writing there? Just such a worn out sign, 30, it says. No writing, unfortunately. What do we have here? Oh, I can't make that out, I'm afraid. Oh. Yes, okay. Don't ask me to translate. I won't be able to. But, you know, that puts us in this region of the world, doesn't it, at least? So perhaps we can start there. I suspect that this will be quite a small town name. So, unfortunately, you know, without an incredible guess, I wouldn't be confident of putting us in, let's say, Russia versus the Ukraine for now. Let's see if there's any more info we can glean. Try and get up here as quickly as possible. It looks sort of lovely and green. Summertime, I assume. But, you know, it doesn't feel too sort of, I don't know, Siberian to me. You know, I feel like we'd be more in a more sort of southwest Russia or so on. I assume we're going to go this way. Yeah, we are. Wichtobo. I know that's not how you pronounce it, but it's fun to try. Yeah, so look, you know, not sure where these towns are. Just looking for any kind of match with the lettering at the moment. As a first pass, as I say, I don't feel like we're sort of up here. You know, I think we're more likely to be in, or it could be, you know, Belarus or Ukraine even. These towns are not big though, so, you know, gonna have to zoom in and then really hope you land on one. Which is unlikely to happen. So, what are we going to do? Well, let's go back to the start. Try the other way briefly. You know, give ourselves sort of a minute to do that. Perhaps we come across something more major. Although it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it will happen. To me, And if it does not, then the solution really is... Oh, we did pass a sign there. That probably is for the river, which we are on. And I cannot go back. Oh, yes, I can. Not helping, I'm afraid. Not helping. So really then we have to go for a guess. Now this feels, like I said, to me, sort of maybe more Ukrainian. I don't know. Huge, great big forests. But it's all just a hunch for now. Lots of people walking and with carts, so they must walk between towns, which would imply that there's one, you know, not that far away. 40. 36 seconds on the clock. Here's another town. Very sort of Soviet, rural. This might be the closest thing we have, but it doesn't say anything, I'm afraid. I'm going to go with a hunch, which is, you know, Ukraine. But maybe to hedge my bet, I'll sort of put it in eastern Ukraine, northeastern Ukraine. And, you know, let's go for here, Mena. Not sure on this one, as I've said already, but let's see how the guess is. And we were wrong about the country. We were actually on the far side of Moscow. In here by Shustovo. And Osinik. There we go. You see, I wouldn't have seen that unless I'd have zoomed into beyond this level, which is really impossible to do by scanning across the entire map. So, you know, it's a hard game, that one. But, you know, almost 3,000 points is a reasonable try, but we could have done better there. Game summary. Game finished. Well done. 16,762 points today. So, you know, not great. Certainly the Mexico-Brazil guess in there was poor. We actually had 3 in Brazil. So it's amazing how often that country features. Fantastic with Australia. Very happy with that one. We got right down to the 5,000 points there. And, you know, the Ukraine Russia one, well, by comparison, you know, doesn't really compare to the Mexico-Brazil era. But still could have done a bit better perhaps. So anyway, now we know for next time. Thank you very much for playing with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.